Islam, this is TBC News, our top stories. Modern facility for efficient use of energy launched. Government explores measures to boost fisheries sector. Good evening, I am Nasa Kingu. Just a reminder, you can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBConline, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages at TBConline. The Ministry of Energy, in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and the European Union have launched a new and modern facility to measure the best use of energy at the Industrial Research and Development Organization, TIRDO, in Dar es Salaam. Here are more details.
Our hands-on experience with stock assessment tools has empowered our scientists to review the data efficiency for policy-driven action, and therefore I'm happy that the data information generation will help inform us on the state of fish stock underpinning small-scale fishers, and will.
The Deputy Minister of Livestock and Fisheries, Alexander Mnyeti, says if suitable measures of establishing accurate sea life statistics in the sea and lakes are taken, fisheries sector has potentials to contribute more to the national gross domestic product GDP. Mnyeti made the remarks during the closing of the training on how to improve and manage information and statistics of life in sea and lakes.
Our hands-on experience with stock assessment tools has empowered our scientists to review the data efficiency for policy-driven action, and therefore I'm happy that the data information generation will help inform us on the state of fish stock underpinning small-scale fishers, and will facilitate the development of fishers management strategic tailored into specific context.
On the other side, some of the participants say the training has made sectorial cooperation between Tanzania, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO, and Duke College in the United States possible, and the cooperation aims at increasing productivity of small-scale fishermen and promoting fisheries.
Data we have, the data we reviewed, so that we can get a true picture on the contribution of fisheries to our national economy. This time we met with Nicole, it was 2016, where we were collaborating with an NGO, EMEDO, with the ministry to create awareness on small-scale fisheries guideline in Tanzania. And that workshop paved the way for strong collaboration with FAO, and later on in the next year we had our first letter of agreement for implementing the SSF guideline.
It really implies a long-term program to truly institutionalize enhanced capacities for data and information collection, analysis and use.
192 female science students who dropped out of high school due to various challenges now have the opportunity to continue their studies through the Higher Education for Economic Transformation project at the Open University of Tanzania. Speaking in Dar es Salaam during their arrival at the university, the director of the Department of Higher Education, Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Kennedy Hosea, urges the students to maximize on the opportunity so that they can achieve their goals.
Kupitia huu mradi, serikali yetu ya awamu ya 6 imekupa tena fursa. Umepewa nafasi ya pili.
Through this project, the government has given us an opportunity. It has given us a second chance. There are many things that can be achieved in a short period of time. I'm proposing that opportunities should be available to provide an enabling environment for girls and even, if possible, for boys. At the moment, we have greatly favored girls in higher education, because if you look at our higher education statistics, especially in the science and technology. There are few female participants.
On the other hand, the Vice-Chancellor of the Open University, Professor Eliphas Bisanda, and the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of the university say the university plans to ensure the students excel in their studies.
Kigoma, wengine Kagera, tumetoka sehemu mbalimbali, lakini kwa pamoja tuchanganyike.
Some are from Kigoma, while others are from Kagera. We are all from different places, but together we can make a difference because many have remained behind and some girls studied in very difficult conditions.
Tumepitia mafunzo, special mafunzo ambao tulifanyia under special retreats.
Through the special training that we have done under special retreats, all of this shall be branded into a simple language for all to understand in the past. I believe that all our students shall succeed in their studies. The duration of this program is 1 year and 9 months, of which new intake shall be advertised again in December.
Funds for tuition fees for the 192 students will be provided by the government through the Higher Education for Economic Transformation project. And on their side, some of the girls who got the chance through the project thank the government for the support which will enable them fulfill their dreams.
Our president, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, saw the need to help us because many of us were already disappointed. But due to this program, we appreciate Madam President's love. I thank President Samia Suluhu Hassan for introducing this program because she has made dreams of so many of us possible, because many of us had already given up and lost hope.
I
would like to send my word of thanks to our Honorable Samia Suluhu Hassan, who has enabled us to have this opportunity until today. We wouldn't have reached here if it wasn't for her. We will make sure to reach our goals.
Minister of Health, Umi Mwale, says the government is committed to protect investors of pharmaceutical industries, including those involved in the production of medical equipment, so as to reduce importation cost. She made the commitment when she was visiting hydrotherapy factory, asserting that currently Tanzania is self-sufficient in hydrotherapy. Here is a report by Gervas Motibela, read by Faida Ngaga.
37 billion Tanzanian shillings have been spent for the construction of the pharmaceutical factory of Alpha Pharmaceutical Limited. The chairman of the company, Bashir Haroon, says that the factory produces 12 million drip medicine bottles, but the challenge remains to be the availability of sufficient market.
Kwamba leo soko la maji yetu yako chini sana, inafika mpaka shilingi 500 mpaka 600.
One bottle of drip costs at around 500 shillings to 600 shillings, while the production costs are much higher. Companies that export drips from foreign countries have reduced the prices of their products to compete with us, and we are not able to withstand with the price competition.
During the visit, the Minister of Health, Umi Mwalimu, says the presence of true hydrotherapy factories makes the country self-sufficient.
Yetu ya ndani kwa mujibu wa mfamasia mkuu wa serikali ni chupa milioni 24 kwa mwaka.
According to the head pharmacist of the government, our internal budget is 24 million bottles of drip per year. We made a decision since July the 1st, 2023, that the MSD drug depot will no longer buy drips from abroad because these ones have the ability to produce all the country's needs.
Then the minister instructs industry to explore foreign market.
Tupate TMDA tuko hapa. Twendeni tukatalitafute soko Malawi.
Let's go and look for markets in Malawi, Zambia and other countries, because if you produce more, we'll be able to reduce prices and the production costs.
Bei, gharama za uzalishaji.
The two Alpha and Kairuki hydrotherapy factories produce a total of 49 million bottles per year, and the domestic demand is 24 million bottles.
Remaining in the health sector, the ambassador of Sweden in Tanzania, Charlotta Ozaki Masias, says in celebrating 60 years of long-standing relationship between Tanzania and Sweden, the two countries will hold a cancer awareness walk. Speaking at the press conference at the Swedish embassy here in Dar es Salaam, the ambassador says the walk aims at raising awareness on the need of breast cancer screening and self-testing.
This year's Breast Cancer Awareness Week campaign falls in line with the Ministry of Health's strategy to combat cancer and reduce the impact on society by raising awareness about the importance of screening and early detection. So we are very delighted to announce that the walk next week will be graced by the presence of Honorary Mwalimbu, Minister of Health. So the Embassy of Sweden want to do our part to enable women to have access to the best of cancer care. And by working together, we think that we also are able to raise awareness to limit the gap of access, elevating also the care, because even if you survive your treatments, and you survive, the side effects of the treatments are very tough, and it takes a long time to recover your health, physical health, but also the psychological stress you are under. You're under immense stress during this period.
The preparations of the walk involves Shujaa Cancer Foundation, the Ministry of Health, Elector, and the World Health Organization, and it will be held on 21st of October this year.
Well, in this period, many places in hospitals are giving discounts for screening. So we are encouraging people to go for checkups as it is a special month for cancer awareness. We're encouraging people to join us. There will be t-shirts and the money will be funding the Survivors Fitness and Wellness Program that help them get some equipment to help cancer patients and cancer survivors do some physical exercise to strengthen their muscles and keep themselves fit.
Cancer is said to be a leading cause of death worldwide, according for nearly 10 million deaths in 2020, or 1 in 6 deaths, while many cancers can be cured if detected early and treated effectively. The Managing Director of Tanzania Ports Authority, TPA, says the port has received 79, adding to a total of 98 forklifts, which have been purchased at a value of 12.76 billion shillings. Here are more details.
Speaking after the handing over, he says the machines will help to increase the efficiency in cargo services and the overall efficiency of the port.
The forklifts will reduce the vessel turnaround time, will also reduce truck turnaround time, also will increase throughput of the cargo. But also we are at the peak season right now. We are receiving a lot of cargo. As you can witness, there are a lot of vessels waiting at the outer anchorage there.
We know for sure that it will improve efficiency for the port of Tanzania, and we're very proud. We've been doing this for 20 years now. We've got over 500 forklifts already operating in Tanzania because of the quality of the product and the after-sale service that we do. We've got professionals who are looking after these machines.
On the other hand, the director of the Dar es Salaam port, Mrisho, says the port currently serves approximately 2 million cargoes per month, adding that from October to date, the port has served a total of 46 vessels.
This is a peak season. We have a lot of import and export cargo. Sometimes maybe people are just seeing some of the vessel queuing out anchorage over there. Yes, it is because of the peak season. We have a lot of export and import cargo. But for us as a TPA, we are working very hard to reduce the number of vessels waiting outside there.
According to the TPA Director General, the machinery will be used in all port facilities managed by TPA, including the ports of Tanga, Mwanza and Kigoma, and 30 machines will remain at the port of Dar es Salaam due to the increase in port activities.
Moving now to the construction industry. The eco-friendly wood technology is said to lessen the environmental impact caused by construction activities. CPS Construction Africa, which has cutting-edge cross-laminated timber application in construction, says will continue to collaborate with the government and universities in the country to boost eco-friendly construction. The remarks were made by the CPS Chief Executive Officer Sebastian Dietzold during the ongoing Dar es Salaam Expo in Dar es Salaam.
Today, 38% of global greenhouse emission, carbon dioxide emission, is from concrete and steel production, right? When we produce concrete and steel, we use a lot of energy that produces a lot of carbon dioxide. So if we build all these houses with Säge, with concrete, we're going to have a problem with our environment. And we already feel the climate is changing. So we have to do things differently. If we use timber, engineered timber, as a construction material, it is the opposite, it's decarbonizing.
He adds that apart from the technology reducing 38% of the carbon dioxide produced in homes, it will also enable many citizens to own better and cheaper houses.
Hotels, and people came from outside to work here for expatriates. So it happened so that also people built hospitals. People who had hospitals started expanding the hospitals.
On the other hand, some of the participants of the exhibition commended the government for creating conducive environment which attracts investments that provide business opportunities for local engineering companies.
Which is a peace country, and we like and we do our best to build, to help and build this country in good way.
Dar Construction Expo 2023 is very good. We meet a lot of people. They're happy to see Panasonic in Tanzania. We meet a lot of people from Mwanza, Musoma, Katoro, Geita.
Ambassador of Turkey to Tanzania, Mehmet Gologlu, commends Tanzanian government and President Samia Suluhu Hassan for continuing to create a conducive environment for investment, which has led to the establishment of a wide range of businesses in the country. He was visiting traders in Dar es Salaam, insisting that the Tanzania's economy demands quality products for business, sustainability, and job creation.
For the Tanzanian economy, I think it is important to reach nice products for accessible and for long-term use. Is also part of, I think, bilateral relations. I think from that perspective is also important. That's why these kind of grants are really good to have use and longer-term products and in affordable price. This is good, I think, for the Tanzanian economy.
On the other hand, the marketing officer from the factor company Miki Decha says investments made major contribution to Tanzanians, including job creation and economic growth.
It's helped the young people on the whole issue of employment, and it has also helped them to bring the best products. Any persons of low or high level can come to get good and pleasant products.
The Turkey ambassador emphasized that Turkey is increasing cooperation with Tanzania. We are together to ensure that the gap between youth and employment is covered. Therefore, we would like to thank our ambassador for being at the forefront of attracting investors from Turkey, and this creates opportunity for youth in employment.
Now we move to the tourism sector. Zebras are a common sight in most major reserves across eastern and southern Africa. In Tanzania, the greatest gatherings are seen in Serengeti Mara region. The open grasslands found in most national parks and reserves allow spectacular viewing of these majestic animals. Here is a feature prepared by Precious Kilala and read by Faithangaga.
The beauty of zebras lie on their stripes that differ from one another, just like human fingerprints. Not only that, but also Dazzle spends 60 to 80% of their time eating. What a beautiful life, born to eat. They tend to move as a group just for their safety against predators. Zebras enjoy dust bath that helps them to get rid of parasites. That makes them roll over completely onto their back to make sure the dirt gets to all the right spots. This is the way they also clean themselves. They also love a good scratch. It makes them look for anything good to use, like a branch, a rock, or anything that reaches and eases an itch. That occurs on their neck, ears, or head. Basically, all over. Who doesn't love a good scratch?
Interesting feature there. Many thanks to Precious Galala and Faida Gaga. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for the international news. And here is international news as compiled by Dorothy Murray and read by Faida Gaga.
Civilians are fleeing northern Gaza by car, on the back of trucks and on foot after an Israeli warning that civilians should move south. About 1.1 million people living in northern areas have been told to leave in the next day. The Israeli military says it knew it would take longer than that to move everyone, but blamed Hamas for telling people to ignore the call. A Hamas official has described Israel's order for people in north of Gaza to relocate to the south as fake propaganda and has urged citizens there to ignore it. Hamas took power of the Gaza Strip after it won the legislative elections in 2006 before reinforcing its power in Gaza the following year by ousting the rival Fatah movement of President Mahmoud Abbas. The United Nations called on Israel to withdraw its order, warning of devastating humanitarian consequences. The first round of Madagascar's presidential election, initially scheduled for November 9th, has been postponed by a week following the injury of a candidate during an opposition demonstration. The High Constitutional Court announced that the second round of voting has been maintained for December 20th, but the electoral campaign, which officially began on Monday, has been extended by a week. More than 4,000 residents in Ghana's southeast have had to flee their homes because of flooding. As a result of the Akosombo Dam overflowing, homes and farms have been destroyed by raging waters along the banks of the River Volta. Essential services have been disrupted, with water and electricity cut off in some of the areas. The Ghanaian government says thousands of people in at least 9 districts had been displaced. Ghana's Volta River Authority had previously asked residents to move to higher ground as water levels upstream of the dam continued to rise due to heavy rains.
That was international news. Sports news up next. In sports news, media and communication manager of Simba Football Club, Ahmed Ali, calls on the Simba fans to unite and come together for the African Football League opening match against Al Ahly to ensure the team's victory in that historical clash here in Dar es Salaam.
To know each other as Simba family, to bring branches, unit, club members and fans so as to live together in Nguvu Moja slogan. We can't bring togetherness if we are not doing social activities together that unite us all.
Simba will host Al Ahly from Egypt in the opening historical clash of the new African Football League tournament at Benjamin Mkapa on October 20th, 2023. All the best there to Simba Sports Club. The Atlas Marathon founders in Dar es Salaam say they plan to increase awareness towards violence against children in the society through athletics. Speaking to media in Dar es Salaam, the stakeholders say Atlas Marathon comes with a thought-provoking message for children, and the marathon itself will be with international standards.
Our running will motivate a lot of people because of our good preparations, and will ensure 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer and 21 kilometer runners to enjoy the athletes by getting necessary equipment.
Kimbilia namba au nazoita bips, begi za kimchezo.
Atlas Marathon will be on October 14th in Dar es Salaam, carrying the slogan, "Eradicating Violence Against Children." And that's sports news. And now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Good evening. Once again, this is 24 hours weather forecast from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. And wind flow patterns, average wind speed expected over the most part of our country. And the highest maximum temperature for tomorrow we expect to be 35 degrees Celsius over Katavi region, followed by 34 degrees Celsius over Pwani regions. While Yanga and Simiyu, the rest expect future particle condition. For tomorrow, we expect future particle condition, thunder shower over Fure and Sanpio over the Lake Victoria Basin together with western part of our country. Northern Eastern Highland expect future particle condition, light rain shower over Fure and Sanpio. And the entire coast except over Morogo region expect future particle condition, rain shower over Fure and Sanpio. The rest part of our country expect future particle condition and long sun periods. Let's have a look for the 4 days weather forecast for some part of our country starting from the day after tomorrow. Thank you for watching us and have a good night.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa Kingu. Thank you very much for watching and good night.
Ulishuhudia kuaga